Like, they gonna try to get mad at me at work because I called a bitch a them. Like, she the one who said they her pronouns. How the fuck y'all gonna get mad with me? So maybe they thought because of new pronoun shit, I don't know.
Thinking about y'all the other day, I was at work and my boss came into my cubicle. She was like, "You watch P-Valley?" And I was like, "Oh God." And I'm like, "No." And she was talking about Clifford and something. I don't know, there's a lot going on. I was just like, I don't know nothing you're talking about.
Never got to talk about.
And what's funny is I was watching the last 10 minutes and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta call Taneya because she called it. When she said what she said about the big bone, I was like, well, she called it.
I knew that bitch was the ops.
And she kept looking and I was like, and as soon as you mentioned
Keyshawn pissed me the fuck. First of all, I wanted to beat the shit out of her stepmama because, bitch, why you open your big raggedy ass mouth? And why the sister was saying that she was fucking scared?
She was saying like, I'm sorry, girl, because the sister didn't, the stepmother really didn't know the situation, but she already knew like she was trying. She knew that girl didn't want to be with her. Hey y'all, it's your boy Ye.
It's your girl Ashia.
Taneya.
And this is Alrighty, so today's topic is mental health. There's gonna be a lot of different avenues that goes into this. Should I shut the door?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of different avenues that goes into this. I'm gonna give the floor to Taneya just for a quick sec to express one of those avenues, and we can go ahead and dip in.
So one of the avenues he's talking about is P-Valley. And you guys, a lot of people will watch it, some people don't. I know she don't watch it, but she can still be able to join this conversation. And if you watch P-Valley, you know there was a lot of different characters that went through a lot of traumatizing events within this season, last season and this season. So it's basically real life, because this is shit that really be happening in real life. And for them to display it on TV, you know, that's kind of bringing awareness to what can be going on in people's lives. It makes you a little bit more aware of, you know.
And it's not the situations that's new. The situations are not new at all. It's the way that they capture the situations and present them in the media and in the mainstream light, because they portrayed in such an authentic way in certain like lifestyles. Because again, that's not how it is for all black people or all, you know, people of poverty. But that is a genuine, like the way they express themselves is very genuine. Right. Even coming across screen when I know they active. But we can go ahead and start with like Little Murder.
Yes.
He was struggling this season. And the topic is not about P-Valley, but it's gonna be a lot of examples of that because it's a lot of different avenues. I'm gonna start with him first just because he's gay. Well,
no, I'm about to say what it is so she should know, at least get a gist of the characters. So
I'm gonna start with Little Murder because he's gay. So pretty much he is, you know, he's a DL rapper. Mm-hmm. You know how that goes with the music industry and gay people, they, you know, shut him down. So he was in the closet for the first season. But he was messing with the club owner, Uncle Cliff, who is an openly out man. You know, but he's queen. Pretty much this season.
Like
queen man.
Yeah.
Like he like
wigs, beard, nails, full blown. Yeah, Santana. Wish he was Uncle Cliff. I like saying he wish he was Uncle Cliff. Okay, Uncle Cliff, that girl. But yes, anyhow, it's like Santana and Rolling Ray mix.
Okay.
But because Uncle Cliff got all the wretchedness of Rolling Ray. Uncle Cliff got all the wretchedness of Rolling Ray. But yeah, so this season pretty much they were capturing a lot more of him figuring out like, am I gonna be able to stay in a closet? Do I want to stay in a closet? Like, and what this really is doing to the people around me. So this season, him and Uncle Cliff started off from last season. They had a falling out. He was trying to get back in touch with Uncle Cliff. Uncle Cliff wasn't really feeling it. He was, had his guard up a little bit at first. So then he went on tour with the other girl, Keyshawn, who's an extra, but that's a long story. Went on tour with her and then his other home guy, who's like, what is he? An embalmer?
Yeah, he owns a funeral home.
Yeah, one of the Play With Day people. So, that was the tour manager. He went and got his homeboy out of jail, which was his ex-lover. But he didn't know he was getting his ex-lover out of jail. We didn't notice his ex-lover at first until a few episodes later.
To the ex-lover though, because I feel like that's another.
So we didn't know that was ex-lover until episodes later where they revealed, they kissed and they started having sex and stuff. It's like,
he was
we
tossing
never
his
knew
ass
that.
around
Like,
and shit. She, oh my god.
because the one that just came out of jail, he was crazy. Like, he was just crazy. He was snapping. It was just like, we never thought he was like on low. Turns out that was his man in jail. Like, not when he was fucking, but that was his man in jail.
You should show that sex scene. I said, oh my god.
So people were really offended by that.
He threw that man around. I said, oh.
And people started talking about how P-Valley is losing viewers and stuff like that because of that. And how they're pushing the gay agenda and whatnot. But anyway, back to him.
Murder.
Yes. Long story short.
What's his mental? What would you view his mental health as?
It's like unstable.
Confused.
Unstable, and by the end of the season, no longer confused, but throughout the season, yes. So, to make a long story short, the one he got out of jail, his ex-lover, found out about him and Uncle Cliff, and his feelings got hurt, so they was beefing for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And he wound up killing himself on his birthday in front of Lil Murder.
So now that's Big Teak.
Big Teak.
I thought you was gonna break it down, like each person.
Why didn't come on and help me out then? Because I didn't want to delve too. I didn't want to take too much time. That's why I was.
That's what I'm saying. So basically, Lil Murder, his mental health issue is more on the lines of being gay, trying to come out. So within society, it's hard for you to be able to come out, especially when people view you as this thug.
And down south, mind you.
It's down south. He's a hood, he's a hood nigga. He's a gang member, all that type of stuff. But he's
out in the street shooting.
He's a gay man. So basically, you have people out here in society now trying to be themselves. Mm-hmm. And Murder's basically going through that. He want to be himself, but it's basically he is scared of how society going to view him. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts as far as how can somebody who's dealing with that mentally, trying to figure out themselves, how can I say
how they cope? How they deal mentally with
not how they deal, because she wouldn't know how they deal if she never went through it. But as far as how should they?
How can society maybe probably change a little bit to help deal with those issues? Maybe since she would be technically from society's perspective and not from their perspective.
That or advice.
Well, people shouldn't give that much power to society to begin with, and so it's like. I feel like a lot of the times when we're really fearful about something or just anxious, I should say, I don't know. But in reference to how others will perceive it, most of the fear is coming from us. Not saying that people on the outside don't try to tear you down sometimes, but in a lot of cases, I feel like it's just our own kind of brain or fear getting to us.
But in his case, because that's his career. So in his case, with
his
you
career is
and
being a drug dealer.
No,
his career is in the music
industry.
He's a rapper.
He's
blowing up.
He's starting to blow up. He's
and it's
starting
not
to become
he's trying, but he's blowing up.
Now he about the season ended with him about to go on a tour with one of the biggest artists yet.
And he don't want to come out because they don't want to jeopardize his career.
Basically.
So that was the struggle, pretty much. If it comes out, his career gonna be over, that whole kind of thing. By the end of the season, he chooses to be out with his man Uncle Cliff.
No, but you gotta realize where he was out at. He was out around people who were more like family to them versus.
Yes, but at the same time, you gotta understand what that meant with him doing that. What that meant. What that meant to him was, I'm ready to step into the light and I'm ready to openly.
So we'll see.
Support you and be my man.
We'll see that out.
We'll see how it plays out, but that's what that statement was meant to say.
So how would I be able to speak on this?
What's your thoughts in terms of how society more so treats? What's your thoughts on more so how society pretty much treats it and deals with that whole thing?
How society act towards people wanting to be
ostracizing people,
but
not even talking about rapper, just more so.
Why am I the
ostracizing different
for
people?
Society? That's number one.
Because you can't be a spokesperson for this gay man.
I can't be the spokesperson for either because I don't care.
Oh, well, that's the motherfucking answer.
No. And when I say I don't care, it's
you don't care.
As society, if you want to throw it in that aspect, I'm not that pressed on what somebody else does in their life. And so it's
society is very much pressed.
So how can I speak from that perspective if I don't care?
That's fair.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. That's what I said. That's fair. Well, girl, I don't fucking know. Shit, okay? Another...
What are y'all thoughts on it, though? I mean, you can be on society's aspect if you want to, or just your own aspect.
I get where Lil Murder come from. I get why it's like, it's kind of hard. You gotta be real bold. You gotta have the tough skin to be able to do some shit like that. Because let's be real. Let's talk about, like, Saucy Santana. They tried him multiple fucking times, not trying to get that man his credit. And don't get me wrong, they might not enjoy his music or whatever, so then maybe that's why they act like that. But no, let's be real. The real reason is this man is fucking gay. Because if you listen to half these new rappers, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. And half of them set up their own death just by rapping about it and shit. Like, it was like these new rappers don't even make fucking sense. And you know, I'm not saying like Saucy don't make sense, so it's like, well, go ahead and love on him too. But I just feel like with Saucy Santana, it was more on the lines of gay. That's why there's a lot of DL people out here, because they feel like they gotta be this type of person because they're afraid to be judged. But it's like, it's 2022. Like, yo, if you got a dick and you like dick, then hey, fucking do it.
Make it do what it do.
Make it do the do. Because people gonna hate you fucking regardless. Regardless, people is gonna have something to fucking say about you. Regardless.
Like, you shouldn't give them the power.
Exactly.
I think maybe I would love if there was a place or an activity or something where we can go, like safe spaces. And that's, I can't really explain it too well, because literally a thought that just crossed my mind.
And you don't want nobody to say your idea, because motherfuckers be...
But that too, because I ain't got no money to put in extra right now. So, but like somewhere we can go, like how on Grownish, that's a good thing. How on Grownish created like the Afro Salon. I don't know if you watch Grownish.
I didn't, but I remember he used to start off with the, like, everybody coming in a little one meeting area.
Yeah, so he created like a comfortable environment for his students to come down and sit and talk about like issues in their community and stuff.
Professor. I ain't watching it.
Okay, so it's like that, but he became a professor and he created it for his students pretty much. It's called Afro Salon. He wound up taking it worldwide. And he created like safe spaces for like specifically black people to come together and like do different initiatives, try to help their communities, outreaches and stuff like that.
Right.
I wish there was a place we can go and do that, actually genuinely.
I'm sure
for specific communities. That's what I said, genuinely, because it's
but have you heard of it's not like a designated space per se, but like I think it's called meetup.com or something like that, where people of like, let's just say, oh, I'm in my 20s and 30s or within a certain range and I'm single, or I'm a gay woman or a gay male, or like whatever. You can like specify the type of group you want to be a part of, and y'all can like schedule meetups to hang out and go to the bar or go on hikes or stuff like that, where it's just like you're surrounded by people that's in a similar boat as you, and you all can kind of have like that safe space to talk and just vibe.
Who's the CEO for black people?
That man.
What the?
Al Sharpton.
Is Al Sharpton the CEO for black people?
In my eyes.
Huh?
Black people as a community, who is the CEO?
Tamika.
God.
Period.
Well, the gays got a CEO and it's a white man. And
am I missing something?
No.
We're not in a community, so we can't.
You know how they...
website you trying to cover? What are you talking about?
No,
like they have people like the gay community has a CEO of the gay community. You know how like Black Lives Matter has like leaders and stuff like that. It's a movement, but it has like leaders and stuff. Communities, like they say, the gay community has the gay community like a leader or CEO.
CEO of
Girl, I don't fucking know who elected him, but the CEO did not accept Boosie's the baby. The baby. He did not accept the baby's apology behind the whole Rolling Loud stuff like a while ago. And that's why I brought it up. I tied all that in to say it would be nice if we could elect like a group of certain individuals in a sense to speak for us as a community and have like different, like the black community has this group of delegates, the Latin community has this group of delegates, and we take it as a nation to you.
No.
You don't think that would be nice?
Why do we have to elect anybody to do anything?
That way we know each community has. I'm talking about as far as
speak for
politically.
Yourself. No, I'm tired of politics. No more people in
Who's
power.
really watching out for us at the top then?
Watch out for your fucking self. That's what the fuck
how is that working out for us so far?
ain't gonna work out whether we got a leader or not. We're black. No matter what we fucking do, we always gonna be the bottom of the totem pole. The point
so
is,
if you had somebody at the top of the totem pole who was black to help.
The point is, we don't need nobody at the top to help. The point is, if everybody understand what the fuck is going on, if everybody realize their fucking worth, know how much we mean to each other and how powerful we are together, and shut the fuck up and come together, have each other's back, uplift each other, us as a whole can tear down any fucking body. That's the problem. The problem with black people is everybody is for self. But if you actually start giving a fuck about each other, we don't need a damn leader, because us together is a big ass leader.
I heard a lot of ifs and coulds in that sentence, and that's a lot of ifs and coulds.
What makes you think?
Hundreds of years.
But what makes you think any leader gonna change some fucking thing? And they
that's
not gonna change shit.
That's why I didn't say a leader. I said a group of delegates to help.
They still ain't gonna change
speak for our community when it comes to certain issues.
That's
why I said politically, and more so like, okay, so if, I can't say the president because he's not the overall say all be all. That's why I say he's not the overall say all be all. But when it comes to like making laws and like when it comes to like initiating programs and like Section 8 welfare and stuff, when it comes to like stuff like that, if there's a group of delegates from each community to kind of speak for that community, to make sure each community's like, you know, looked out for. I'm not saying it should be one person, because who the fuck is you to speak for everybody? But like you have a group of people who can kind of speak for like, you know, each community to kind of give them some representation in a sense. There's not a lot of representation of every community.
So you want to divide, okay, so you want to create different delegates for different, or just all these extra communities.
There's already all these extra different communities.
To speak on unity as if by having different delegates for different people in different sectors is not creating some sort of division.
It's like
already.
the UN.
Okay.
It's like the UN. The UN has different nations and delegates to speak for them.
So what are you trying to accomplish by doing that?
I'm trying to create.
How does one help mental health?
Because if we have those delegates and those places to help kind of give us those spaces and those opportunities to kind of help better ourselves as a race, nation, and culture.
You're looking on the outside to heal within, and that's the problem. Your mental
because
health
I can't speak for everybody
you.
else.
It's not going to be healed by your president, your delegate, your cousin, your mother, your brother. It's going to be
therapy.
Health,
black people in therapy. Black people don't even believe in therapy.
They don't.
All black people.
You just said me say most. I just corrected myself.
Where are the statistics to say that? You hear the Twitter conversations and you run with that.
No, it ain't Twitter. It ain't Twitter. I'm about to run for you right now.
Some people, and when I say some people, I'm basing off the people I've talked to. Some people think therapy is a waste of money, it's a waste of fucking time, and you can heal me personally. This is how I feel about mental health. Can't nobody help me with no mental fucking health. Not a damn soul. Not talking to nobody. Like, nobody can help me but mental health but me. It's my mental health. And some people don't know how to cope with it. So, for those who don't know how to cope with the mental health, they the ones who, yes, should go seek therapists. But a lot of people, some people feel as though it's a waste of money or wasting their time. Because it's like, it's my mental health. What the fuck you in? I can go ahead and tell you all my issues, all my problems, but I be thinking what I want to do to myself, this, that, and third. How the fuck you gonna stop me? You can't.
I feel like, okay, so with
they can't control it, but I feel like
they can guide you.
Yes, they give you certain tools that you may not know or may not have to know how to deal with certain issues that you may have. It's not about you going somewhere and you getting fixed. A therapist is not there to fix you. They're there to help guide you and give you the proper tools to help yourself.
For those who can't do that, because I feel like some people you can basically
for those
do
who can't
that
do
shit
that,
yourself.
Yes, I can agree with you there.
Not for those who can't do that, but for those who struggle to do that.
Yes, because okay. Yes.
Okay, struggle.
But no.
And black people was like around 4.7%. Thank you very much. I'm on SHA.gov.
4.7% for what?
A percentage of black people that go to therapy. It's like 4.7.
So were you a part of this study? Did they reach out to you and get your analytics?
It ain't the whole everybody.
So how you gonna tell me?
I actually was a part of the. I was a part of the study.
Did they reach out to you?
No.
Oh, and they ain't reached out to me either. So we're gonna run off this 4.7% that none of us in this room even got reached out to be a part of, and say this is our community. because they reach out to
And the general
people.
consensus, can we come to a general consensus that black people don't like therapy?
No, you can come to that. You always stereotyping black people.
I don't feel like they don't like
Don't
therapy.
stereotype
I don't
black
feel
people.
like they don't like therapy. I feel like they just don't really. Some people don't believe in it, and some people not about to pay for you to tell them how to fix their lives. Now, if it was free therapy, like you could just go and talk to anybody, maybe
out of the races, would you say that black people are more prone to go to therapy or more prone not to go to therapy?
I would
Honestly
probably
speaking,
say.
I'm not saying it's a good thing or a
say-
bad thing, but let's be real.
I would probably
just
say
one form
not.
of therapy though.
It's not just one form of therapy.
So
Yes, because why is therapy? I don't give a fuck. Nobody says
It's not just one form of therapy. So some people should acknowledge different forms of therapy. But again, if you ask the typically, if you
I
ask
feel like it depends on the generation.
a black or African American person, and it does depend on the generation
Because
as well.
our parents be like,
If they're
will be
gonna
the
go
ones
to therapy,
like,
if they want to
"You
try
don't get
therapy,
therapist."
it doesn't. I'm not
I
specifying
remember
what
one
kind of
time when I
therapy.
said I need therapy, my mom told me I gotta go it. Like,
no, I think we tend to rely on religion a lot to I guess combat or cope with mental health issues. I can agree with that, but in reference to therapy for a second, I feel like our community, we let it out in different ways. It may not always be you sitting in front of somebody with a notepad, but it can be through music, it can be through art. It can
But
be
if I
through
offer you therapy,
design,
I didn't say it
like-
had to be therapy. You want to go
So,
speak and sit with somebody. If I offer you
it could be
therapy,
through
9 times out of 10
self-love.
it's gonna be no.
So like I feel like our community is very creative, and we got a lot of like juice and different outlets.
That's
a lot
true.
of
I
it is
just
us
think-
letting it out through some sort of like creative outlet for therapy.
I just think that we will progress a lot further. Oh, that's our time, y'all. But I think we will progress a lot further if we were able to actually talk about what's actually affecting us mentally. And that's why I bring up therapy as well and creating those safe spaces for us to do so. And because, again, I'm not going to feel comfortable, even with my friends, I'm not going to feel comfortable talking about my deep, dark secrets around y'all. It's because I'm just trained, mentally we're trained that way. I'm not going to say we, but speaking for myself, I know me, I'm like a very proud person. Even when I tell y'all stuff, but letting out everything is just like... And some people say, well, why would I let out to a stranger? Because who gives a fuck about them? They're not gonna. Who the fuck are you?
because they don't know you.
Right.
So it's
different things, and some people can feel that way, but then some people feel like, oh, I can't say anything because they don't know me. I feel comfortable more, telling their friends. But I bring that up to say, if we were able to talk about what our actual issues are and what our I feel like we would have a lot less mental health issues, a lot less. What is it? Bipolar shit, all these other little different mental issues that we have.
Stuff like that is more so
it is
medical.
chemistry. It is chemistry and stuff. That's why I said I wasn't going to say all the examples because I want to cross lines. But it's a lot of mental issues I feel like we could deal with as a culture if we spoke about them. Even if it's not to a therapist, like even if it's in-home therapy, like give therapy to your kids. How was your day-to-day? How did that make you feel? Well, why did you want to do that?
I think we're doing
Like those type of conversations.
I feel like that's our generation. I feel like it's the millennials growing up now. We be the type of people to do that to our children. Because to be honest, our parents not like that. Our parents didn't go through
Maybe
shit
I just
like
need
that.
to broaden my view with a lot of our generation.
You gotta realize everything. Our generation is really trying
stepping
our
up in a lot of
fucking
different
best
ways. We are.
to fix shit. We are trying so hard to fix shit.
We are stepping up in a lot. I know this episode was kind of spacey for me. I smoke, y'all. Don't worry about it.
I'm pretty sure they can tell.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm a big person. Like I feel like you can talk about anything. If it's an issue with somebody, you can talk about it. And even if you agree or disagree, you can have that conversation. It always doesn't have to promote to something else. Or it's like, oh, I don't like this bitch. I can have an issue with you. It's gross roaches in there. I can have an issue with you. Not those type of roaches, bitch. The type of roaches when you get done smoking. Those type of roaches.
Smell hit my.
But yeah, I feel like I'm a big person who I can talk to you about anything. And even if we don't like each other, we can have that conversation. But I'm grown enough to not have. I don't have to display it like a standoffish or I don't like this stank bitch attitude. We can have a conversation and if you don't like it, end of it. But a lot of that comes from me talking to myself and watching a lot of things about how to communicate with others and express that. So myself, I feel like I'm in tune with myself to do that. But as a general culture, I feel like I wish we were more inclined to be that way with one another, if that makes sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Dre doing a lot. I was all over the place. It's okay. I'm pretty sure we'll revisit another mental health thing.
Because that's his favorite topic.
It is, because I'm be struggling myself if y'all can't tell.
So basically, you need a therapist. Not trying to be smart, I'm being for real.
Yes. I would benefit
Go
from
see
some
one.
therapy.
You go see one.
I wouldn't mind seeing a therapist.
Oh God. My insurance don't cover therapy.
You wouldn't want to do therapy?
No.
I would, because I want to know what tools I'm missing. I want to know in what ways could I. Maybe it's what am I not looking at? Because I feel like a lot of times I feel like I'm in the right. So what am I missing? Show me what I can't see. Because a lot of times I do feel like I'm in the right.
I'll only go see a therapist if I feel like I'm in self-destruct mode. Like if I feel like,
It's like a last resort.
It's done already. I'm sorry.
We never closed it out.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Alrighty.
Thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of Rich Millennials. We'll see you all next week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
This was crazy.
And turn on
I'm
your
sorry.
post notifications. Bye bye.